Every time in the world there is a mass killing perpetrated with anything but a gun, American conservatives have involuntary orgasms and jizz intellectually dishonest drivel all over people. Well, see, you can kill people with cars and knives as well. Therefore, gun control ain't never gonna work. Liberals just trying to take away our guns. I would, of course, expect a child to detect the flaw in this argument, but unfortunately I have to dip to toddler levels of educated practices in order to explain this to these people, so we will play a game I like to call These Two Items Share One Attribute but Do Not Share Other Attributes. Can you guess which is which? Today we shall be comparing two items which can both be used to kill a considerable amount of people. Now, this is the attribute they have both in common, and the two items are an automobile and a firearm. The way the game works is that I will be making a statement that is true for one item, but not for the other item. And you have to guess which is which. Try playing along in the comments. Let's see how well you score in this Dark Souls of political commentary games. First statement. This item's primary purpose is to make things dead, while for the other item, the capacity to make things dead is an unfortunate but alas unavoidable side effect of its function. Second statement. Access to this item or a functional equivalent thereof is essential for a person to lead a successful and productive life in the vast majority of Western contexts. The other is something the vast majority of people in the West do very well without, thank you very much. Third statement. One of these items can unfold its lethal potential from a safe distance, while the other requires direct contact with the person or persons the lethal potential will be unleashed upon to do so. Fourth statement. One of these items is compact and can be concealed with reasonable effort, as well as carried to positions where one is unlikely to suffer immediate retribution. The other item is big, bulky, and can be stopped by a strong pillar in the ground. Fifth statement. One of these items requires intensive training and examination for an individual in order to be allowed to operate it. The other can generally be acquired by almost anyone who has the cash to spare in most areas of the United States. Sixth and final statement. One of these items is a subpar option mass murderers fall back on when the better option for doing the deed cannot be acquired at a reasonable price or time. The other is the gun, for fuck's sake! How can you seriously believe that it is essentially pointless to make sure terrorists and mentally deranged people don't have access to firearms because it will not stop them from being terrorists and mentally deranged people who will find other, less effective methods of committing mass murder? Because that is what both cars and knives are. They are shit methods of mass murder compared to guns. With the notable exception of the Nice truck attack, mass shootings consistently claim more lives than vehicular attacks. The most lethal stabbing in the history of all mass stabbings killed 31 people and injured 140, and was carried out in organized fashion by 8 people. The most lethal mass shooting in US history, which you will remember unless you were born in the month of October or November now, killed 58 people and injured over 500. And that was one dude. Just one dude. Also, it's much easier for a good guy to defeat someone who is attacking with a knife or a car. It's very much easier to hit that car with your car than it is to shoot a sniper who is in an advantageous position. And a motherfucker with a knife you can disarm even when you are completely unarmed if you know how to do it properly. If you're unarmed in a gunfight, you better hope that you're a Navy SEAL with many years of experience in an advantageous position undetected by the perpetrator, and even then you might wish to ask for Tuna to give you a little kiss on the cheek. Just for the record, I do not believe in banning firearms. At least not in the US, because that train has left the station. And if you try to amend the Constitution or do the Australia thing now, I do believe it would do more harm than good. Besides, most people who have guns just use them for sport or collect them for some unbeknown reason. But come on. Keeping guns out of the hands of deranged lunatics and terrorists, how you can oppose this and at the same time claim to be concerned about your nation's security does elude me. Oh, of course, you're going to protect America from a tyrannical government, which of course leads to the question as to how exactly you propose to defeat heat-scanning predator drones that are remotely controlled by expert operators and supremely equipped tactical teams with years and decades of training, supported by excellent air support and taking advantage of the world's most sophisticated domestic surveillance system. You have a sawed-off shotgun. That train is so long gone, it's in Hogwarts, essentially. It's returned from Hogwarts and gone to Hogwarts again, and then returned again and gone to Hogwarts again. And that is something it does only once a year, right? If the US government had any ambitions to become a tyrannical force, your guns would be the least of its worries. Believe that. It's the 21st century. The only people still using muskets are fucking reenactors. Anyway, that was that. Now cue a bunch of angry toddlers in the comments, trying to drown out the more reasonable voices. But do comment, and do like, and do subscribe, because the algorithm loves that shit, and what am I, if not a whore for the algorithm? So then, see you around, cunts!